Welcome back everyone, I'm Kplays Games, this is EVE Online, and I'm sitting in an escape pod, which can only mean it's time for another ship fitting guide. And once again, we're going to be doing a cheap, low skill Tech 1 cruiser for running level 2 missions. So far, we've done 6 of the combat trait oriented Tech 1 cruisers, so we only have 5 left. These are the Bellicose, Caracal, Rupture, Stabber and Thorax. I've arranged them in alphabetical order here, assigned each of them a number, and we're gonna hop over to the random number generator and say minimum 1, maximum 5, and give us a number, and it says number 5. Looking at the list, we're building a Thorax. We have fitted a Thorax before on this channel, but not for level 2 missions. That was for combat exploration, and it focused on very fast targeting, very fast tracking speed, and a micro warp drive. This is going to be a kind of medium to long range gunship, because as we've seen in the previous few videos, that is what works best for level 2 missions. Well, maybe not best, but easiest. So let's have a look at the traits of a Thorax. And the traits of a Thorax tell us that per level of Gallente Cruiser skill, you get 5% bonus to medium hybrid turret damage and 7.5% bonus to medium hybrid turret tracking speed. So this is going to be a hard hitting and accurate ship, which is pretty nice. Slots wise, 5 high slots with 5 turret slots, so we know the 5 highs are all going to be hybrid turrets and railguns in this case. 4 medium slots, 5 low slots. There's more low slots than there are medium slots, so that's leaning us towards being armor tanked, even though it has no armor tanking trait. So let's get right onto this. Let's do the tank first. We're going to do an armor repairer, medium enduring armor repairer to save on cap, armor hardener, reactive armor hardener because it moves the 60 points around from being 15 to all 4 resists to a maximum of 60 to 1 single resist. If, for instance, you're only being shot at with EM damage, this will move the other 45 points from the other 3 and lump them all into EM and give you 60% EM resist. It's a really useful module. It means you can get away with your tank being just these 2 modules. And the other 3 low slots are going to be magnetic field stabilizers to boost the damage output of the weapons, which we will be fitting shortly. Mid power slots. The first 2, as always, are going to be a 10 mega newton enduring afterburner, like so, and a large compact cap battery, like so. And then what we'll do is that we'll come down here and we'll go to weapon upgrades and we'll put a tracking computer in one of them. Now we'd quite like to get a second tracking computer, but we'll have a look what happens with the rest of the fit. We can fill this in at a later date, well not a later date, in about 5 minutes. So let's go to the hybrid turrets, railguns, medium. There ain't no way you're going to get 5 250mm guns on this thing. Even fitting 200s is going to be pretty tight. Prototype Gauss guns are the highest damage, longest range, easiest to fit, but they're quite expensive. I think the next one down are the compressed coil gun. Yeah, meta level 3. Meta level being a numeric guide as to the quality of an item, with higher being better. Some officer and dead space stuff goes all the way up to meta level 18. Meta level 5 is a special case. It denotes Tech 2, and Tech 2 weapons get additional bonuses from skills which even meta level 18 stuff doesn't get. So for that reason the meta level is kinda useless, but you kinda have to pay some attention to it. So let's put some meta 3 compressed coil guns on this ship. You see, even though these are slightly easier to fit, we're still over on the power grid, but hopefully we'll fix that with a single Tech 1 rig. Come to rigs and engineering rigs, medium, and ancillary current router 1. Okay, this is bad. We can't fix the power with one rig. So what we're going to do, we're going to take off the large cap battery and we're going to put a medium on instead. This is the problem with the Thorax, its power grid is really quite anemic. Let's put compact cap battery in there. And then I think for the final mid slot we'll have to make up for the loss of the large cap battery with a cap recharger. Okay, so the power grid is no longer a problem, which is good. It means you don't have to use a rig on this. Let's load some ammunition into the guns and put a tracking speed in the tracking computer. Damage 315, tracking 17.9, fall off range 25, cap 4 minutes, not great. We're going to need at least one cap rig. Let's put some antimatter ammo in the cargo. Have a look what happens with lead and what happens with iron. Iron is the extreme long range ammo, all the way out to 54. It barely tickles anything. 131 DPS isn't very good, but we'll load it anyway. We'll have some lead because lead is the medium damage, medium range, least cap use of all the ammunition charges. And because this uses the least cap, then we know this is pretty much the baseline for the capacitor. So let's put a cap rig on this. Again, rigs, engineering, medium, and we'll put a cap control circuit or a semiconductor memory cell. One cap control circuit. Okay, it's cap stable with that, that's fine. 7 minutes 30 with this, that's fine, because you don't need the afterburner or the armor repairer to be on all the time. And it's cap stable with the afterburner off. That's perfectly fine, perfectly enough cap. Now, drones wise, this has quite a nice surprise. You can use up to 5 medium drones with this because it has 50 megabits a second. So I think we'll make use of that and we'll fit 5 medium hammerhead ones. Now these are bonus, so they're not particularly great. The only problem now is that it only has 50 cubic meters of drone bay, so it can't fit an additional flight of light drones, and light drones are pretty good at killing frigates. Remember that these hammerhead ones will struggle to hit frigates and things like that, and they're unbonus, so they're not going to be very survivable. So perhaps we'll take these out and put 5 light drones on instead, and just make do with having 5 light drones and some unused drone space and megabits. Just thinking strategically here, because then our drones can nip around and kill frigates, and we'll smash bigger things with our guns. Because you know that level 2 missions tend to have lots of frigates in them. Okay, so rigs wise, let's have a look. I think we would like some hybrid weapon rigs to improve the damage. Medium hybrid burst aerator increases or decreases the cycle time, so the rate of fire goes up, and that means that your cap use also goes up, so the cap goes from 730 to 712. Instead of that, we'll do the collision accelerator one, which gives you just more damage per hit. Do that, 404, that's pretty good. What else can we do? Let's have a look. Now this one reduces the cap use, but it's not cap stable even with this, so we won't bother with that. We might want to increase the range, or maybe even a targeting rig to increase the targeting speed, perhaps. I'd actually quite like to get a tracking rig, which I believe is this one. Good guess. Because we only have 5 low slots, we've only got this one tracking computer, we didn't have enough slots for a tracking enhancer, so instead we'll put a tracking rig. And that fills up the calibration quite nicely, or it would if it had... Well, the game is glitched, it thinks it's there, and it will be there. So this is the fit we're going to go with. 404 DPS, it's not huge, it's fine. Fall off range is alright. Speed's pretty good, it's almost as fast as an Omen. So I'll go and fit this and buy it. And we'll go and run some missions. And here we are with our finished ship. Thorax are quite strange looking with this sticky down wing bit and this squashed wing and this big fat wing. Looks like something you can buy in certain adult shops. And that's all we shall say about that. But this is what it looks like. It's strange, but it gets the job done. Right, let's get a mission, shall we? And the mission we've been offered is Stop the Thief. It's one jump over, pay is pitiful because it's a level 2 mission, easy peasy.
drive active.
Here we've made the extremely short jump over to the next system. We're on the way to the mission. We'll turn on the tracking computer and the armor hardener. And we'll only turn on the armor repairer once the armor gets to 50%. So we'll come down here to the HUD settings and configure ship health alert. Make sure the armor warning is set to 50% to remind us to turn this on. Let's have a look at this mission. Optimal range 13, fall off 25, must remember that. And these guys are just outside that, so we'll just double click somewhere near them, turn the afterburner on, hold control, drag a big box, target them all, and we'll put one gun on each guy and see how we go. Spit the drones out, they can go and kill the thief. That's the low shield warning, we don't have to worry about that. We're missing quite a lot, so I just started moving. That's the low armor warning, so we'll turn the armor rep on. And as soon as we start moving, we start pulling away from them and decreasing the angular velocity, so we're hitting them a much better now. There we go. All done. Mission complete. Easy. Bring the drones back, reload the guns, set destination back to the agent, check we have the reports. Yes, they have teleported into our cargo. Very nice.
Warp drive active.
It was absolutely painless. One thing I did notice on my way over here is that if we loaded thorium ammunition, we're just camp stable, DPS falls down to 321, range goes up to about 35, that's fine. It's slightly better than lead, slightly more high damage. Thorium does seem to be quite a happy middle ground between range, cap and damage. A little bit better than lead anyway. But all the hybrid ammunition is on a sliding scale. From antimatter being shortest range, highest cap use and highest damage, all the way up the sliding scale to iron, longest range and worst damage.
Drive active.
Okay, now we have a 3-part level 2 mission, which is Recon. So we'll accept this. Recon is quite good fun. You're not really supposed to fight in it, you're just supposed to run from gate to gate to gate and do them all really quickly. But you can stay and fight, so I think we'll give that a go.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, and we'll just turn on the tracking computer and the reactive armor hardener, and we'll only turn on the armor repairer when we get to, in fact, we're going to increase the health alert setting to something like 66%, so when we're down to 2/3 armor, that's when we'll start repping. Because you get the repair at the end of the cycle, so it'll take 9 seconds for it to cycle round and actually repair it. And if you only turn it on at half armor, and by the time 9 seconds has passed, it could be really quite low. Depending, of course, on how much damage we're taking. Let's get through this gate.
Warp drive active.
I'm pretty sure we're going to meet some elite cruisers in here, which will be a good test of our tank, if nothing else. And there's a battle cruiser in here, so let's approach the battle cruiser. The spawns in this room are timed, so you're going to have to be quick with whatever you're doing. Let's get the drones on this. Let's reload to iron, because we do need to actually shoot them quite quickly. Yeah, that's an elite cruiser. Of course, by the time we've reloaded, we were in antimatter range. Whoops, my bad. Gonna have to take this guy down quick. We'll start approaching the destroyer, just to make sure we actually hit it. It would help if I had actually fired at the battle cruiser. This is not going well. I made a complete mess of the first target. That's fine. He's going down. Get the drones on that. And we'll approach the elite cruiser, which is worth 236,000. Too late. The second spawn is already here, and it's another 2 elite cruisers, which are sensor dampening us, which is annoying, which means we can't target them. Get the drones on the destroyer. We're still loaded for antimatter, which is good. Good, we're actually in range. Let's try and keep it range at 15 just to lower the angular to its minimum possible value. Now the drones didn't kill it yet, now they have. Half shield warning. We're trying to keep it at 15, means that we're lined up perfectly. But if they sensor damp us too much, we might actually 15 might actually be outside of our targeting range. Shield's kinda holding steady, that's pretty good. Okay, this guy's going down, we'll just start targeting the next one. Keep that at range. Drones have already correctly identified that as the next target, that's good. Well, this is going rather well. Yeah, they're firing... Oh, this one's firing blasters. I think the other one is firing railguns at us. That's the next spawn. We'll just get the drones on this destroyer straight away. Was I keeping the wrong target at range? Is that what had happened there? It's possible. This seems to be the mission for me making mistakes. It's a low armor warning, so we better turn on the armor rep. It's the next spawn. We just target the destroyer and get the drones on it as soon as we achieve a lock. Off they go. Now we're going to have to go straight for this battle cruiser, because if that gets into range it's going to hurt us big time. And we just stay loaded with antimatter. We're fast enough to speed tank most of the damage, at least until we're within range of the battle cruiser to open fire on it. No point reloading to longer range just to stop firing and then reload to short range a few seconds later because the ship's so fast. Let's just double click just below it. It will keep our angular velocity with this nice and low, but when it dies we won't come to a halt, we'll keep moving. That's the next target. Put the drones on it straight away, approach it. And keep it at range, open fire. Boom! One dead Vortex. I cannot remember how many waves are in this mission. At level 2. There's quite a few at level 4. Seems to be working quite well though. Turn the armor rep off now. Give the cap a little bit of a chance to regenerate. We'll turn it back on once we get to 66% again. Good, he's dead. Get the drones on this guy next and we'll approach it. Reload the guns. Might as well do that whilst we're waiting to get into range, which will not take very long because the ship is fairly fast, over 700 meters a second. Turn the armor rep back on and open fire with the guns. These are just regular cruisers, these are not elite, which is why they're dying so very, very quickly. One more to go. This won't take long. I know we're at 66% armor, I know. And we'll just approach the gate. Okay, that's that done. Okay, in the second room there's going to be even more bad guys, but that's fine. I'm sure we can handle that. I think some of them might be elite as well. This is quite good bounty pay for a level 2 mission. As I said, you're not supposed to hang around and fight, you're supposed to just run through the gate. I think we'll head directly forward, turn the afterburner on, just so we're up to speed when something does appear, and here they are. Elite frigates as well, that's rather annoying. And some mineable asteroids, Veldspar. And Veldspar looks like it's just Veldspar. Yeah, oh well. Spit the drones out just to help us get rid of the frigates. And it looks like the frigates have instantly switched aggro to our drones, which is rather annoying. Turn the armorette back on. Now the frigates have retargeted us, that's good. I'm pretty sure there's another time spawn over here, or maybe it's a triggered spawn. Yep, it was timed. And that's again why we moved away from the warp-in spot, because I remembered how evil this mission can be. Okay, we're actually peeling some range on everything, so let's reload to lead. Drones are taking some damage, bring them back. Come on drone, make it back before you die. Come on, come on. Yay, got him. Oh, we're actually getting out of range to hit things, so let's go for iron. Let's go for super duper long range. There we are, now we're hitting them. Not very hard, but we're hitting them, and that's all that really matters. Our poor little dinged up drone. Must remember to repair that when we get back to station. You can tell you're not supposed to fight in this mission. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 elite cruisers, all worth about 300,000 each. Call it 250. It's not bad. A couple of million in bounty here. It's quite rare for a level 2. Right, drones can go back out now. And you can go and play with this guy. As will we, because they're right on the cusp of our range and they're still on approach. Probably bring the ship to a halt now. Turn the armor rep off, let the cap regen, let these guys close range. Because even with the afterburner off, we were still pulling away from them. We'll let them close up on us a little bit. Might as well earn some money while we're running missions. You don't get opportunities to do that in level 2 missions that often. The problem with lead is that we're only doing 137 DPS, and these elite cruisers have pretty good tank and they do repair themselves, as you've seen a couple of times. Now he's right about on our optimal range, and we're hitting them really well. Excellent. We'll reload to lead as soon as this guy dies. Off he goes. So, lead please. And lead is fall off 38, optimal 26, which is just about perfect range for this guy. Our damage has gone up to 219 from 130, which is a significant improvement. For the next guy that's currently at 29 kilometers, he'll be even closer than that by the time we finish killing this one, so we'll probably be able to reload for antimatter. Well, this is nothing if not a good test of this ship fit, and it seems to be working just fine. Where to orbit, I want it somewhere around 11. I think we'll try orbiting, just to make all these guys over here miss. Even our orbit's set at 11, because they're going so fast, it's actually pushing us a little bit further out. So we're just about dead on optimal range, which is beautiful. This guy is the next target. We'll just start approaching him straight away. Kill this guy in the flyby, send the drones out to start working on this guy. Good stuff. We'll open fire once we get to about 25. Just holding fire just to let the cap regenerate a tiny little bit. Just a tiny bit. The guns don't use much cap. Then once we're in range, we'll orbit this guy at 11. Which, as we know, because we're going so fast, it will push us out to about 12.5 or 13, which is just perfectly on our optimal range. Good. Very good indeed. This guy up here is yellow boxing for some reason. He's not shooting at the drones, so I'm assuming he's blaster fitted and just trying to get into range with us. We'll oblige him by sending the drones and ourselves up to him, and then we'll orbit him at 11. Come on ship, turn around, get on approach, and there we go. Again, I'm just holding fire. We'll take this opportunity to reload as well. Just holding fire just to maintain the cap a tiny little bit. It's kind of holding steady where it is now. Oops, got a little bit too close. Let's orbit in, please. Thank you. Just start approaching the next target now. Moving away from this guy so the angular will be nice and low. We'll pick him off before we get into range of the next one. Like so. There we are. Start orbiting straight away because we're close enough, and we'll open fire. Nice. So yeah, if you stay and fight in this mission, it is one of the hardest level 2s. Like I said, you're not supposed to stick around and fight. You're supposed to just run straight through the gate, land here, and then warp away. We're scouting a route for a new trade network, and we're supposed to report back to the agent that it's overwhelming odds, do not come here. We don't care about that. If you don't have maximum skills, this mission might be too much for you. Okay, we'll just start approaching this guy. We'll finish this guy off on approach. Capacitor seems quite happy. Right, drones, we'll go for them. Then we'll hold fire until we're close enough to orbit, and then we'll open fire just to maintain the cap a tiny bit longer. And let's orbit and open fire. And that's the end of that mission. Let's dock up.
Warp drive active.
Okay, we might as well finish this 3-part mission. This is part 2. It's in this same system again. Let's just accept it and go. After, of course, we have repaired our drone. It's costing us 215 ISK, nice and cheap.
Warp drive active.
Again, we'll just turn on the tracking computer and reactive armor hardener, and we'll only turn on the armor repairer once we get to 66% armor. And an acceleration gate is waiting here for us, so let's just bounce straight through here.
Warp drive active.
And what we're supposed to do here is approach this acceleration gate way over here. Now, it's not an actual acceleration gate, it's just scenery. Let's just approach it. When you get within 10 kilometers of it, that's the end of the mission, and a large spawn warps in and surprises you. You can trigger the spawn manually by putting 1 round of ammunition into this station. Here they are. And we'll just stop where we are, because these guys are in perfect range. So we'll just blap these guys, and this, and that. Good. 28. Not quite. Let's go for lead. No, it's not. Let's go for antimatter and just move the ship. Again, you're not supposed to fight in this mission, you're just supposed to approach the gate, trigger this big ambush, and then report back to the agent that it's, again, not a viable route for traders, because it's swarming with bad guys and they've set up this station here to control the access to the acceleration gate. But we're fighting because we can. All these ships are mercenaries, so they will drop at least something. Might not be anything good, but they will drop something. Right, let's just approach the gate. Now we'll reload to iron, which I believe is the longest range one. Yeah, 54 is good. Okay, drones are actually drones. You can kill that missile battery for us, that'd be nice. We'll start attacking the frigates. And we'll reload to lead, because we're getting a little bit close. In fact, we're going to get... Yeah, we'll keep it with this at the minute. Well, that seemed to work nicely. And this guy's right up in our face, so we'll get the drones to kill him. We'll just approach this gate. Reload to antimatter and pick off these towers as we bypass them. Nice. You can actually just destroy this station. It takes forever, it's got an awful lot of hit points, it doesn't drop anything good. But you can destroy it. Meant to reload to lead there, whoops. I just turned that armor rep off for a little while. There we go, that's more like it. There might be an extra spawn once we get close to the gate. Yep, and there it is. So we'll reload for iron, which is the super long range one. We're now within range of the gate. So we'll just approach the missile battery. Pick off this mercenary elite fighter as he approaches us. We hope. Come on, hit him please. Well, he's a little bit outside up. He's a little bit outside fall off range, but we're hitting him now. Here he goes. And just other light missile batteries within range, so we'll just hit that from here. Bring the ship to a halt, turn off the afterburner. That's that dead. Bring the drones back, we'll finish that off with the guns, just like this. Done.
Warp drive active.
That's part 2 of the 3-part Recon mission done. Let's complete the mission and request the last part. Now the last part of Recon has absolutely no fighting in it. All it has is an area of effect cloud inside the mission that damages you every second until you get through the acceleration gate. I'll show you what it's like anyway.
Warp drive active.
We've come this far together, we might as well finish it off together. There's the gate we have to go through. Now this site used to be a huge green toxic cloud and it used to look really quite cool. But for whatever reason, it's not here anymore. The developers have removed it. So all you get is just this soulless, empty, random collection of garbage. I do wish they'd bring back the green cloud. It was really huge and had all like black tendrils snaking down it and lightning flashes. And this is just boring. As we see, we've taken some damage from the cloud, which is no longer here. Well, it's here, but we can't see it. Taken some more. As you see, you take damage periodically until you get through this gate, and that's all there is for Recon Part 3. You know, unless you're just like sitting still and not moving, it probably won't kill you. It does slightly more damage each time up to a certain limit, and then it just gives you that maximum damage
Drive
all the time.
active.
We're not even in armour yet and we're at the gate and away. Simple, simple, simple. And we're gone. And we land here. Nothing to do here. You just go straight back to the agent. There you are, done.
Warp drive active.
Right, so that is how I would fit a Thorax for running level 2 missions. Pretty similar to all the other level 2 fits. Long range weapons, afterburner, mediocre tank, hit everything from range. And this particular time out we did one of the hardest level 2 missions. You're not even supposed to hang around and fight, but we did, and we did it perfectly fine. Hope you found this entertaining and informative, and I hope you come back for the next one. Until we come back and meet each other for that, do take very good care of yourself. I'll talk to you again soon.